Craig, great to see you back at Somerset. How does it feel to be back?
Yeah, it's strange, but brilliant. I mean, I think this is the first time I've been back since I left when I was playing. But no, it's great to be back. A lot of positive changes as well, the new hub and stuff like that. Looking at the pitch is looking well, and I'm getting shivers thinking about pre-season running around that track back in the day. But no, it's good. I'm really looking forward to seeing the game as well. They're doing really well at the minute, so good to be here.
You started off in the youth academy, didn't you, as a young player, and you came through and ended up playing for the first team. How did that feel as a young lad, a local lad coming through and being able to step out in that park in front of the supporters?
I mean, obviously it's every kid's dream, and it was certainly my dream when I was growing up to be a footballer. And coming through it here, I think it worked in my favour a little bit. The financial position that the club was in at the time probably helped lads like myself get a chance in the first team. And strange enough, I made my debut against Inverness, which is obviously the game today. So, I mean, I was just lucky enough to get a chance at the time and done well enough, and then fought my way into the team and managed to stay in the team for a bit. And then obviously moved on from there. But no, I've always got a place in my heart for there. They gave me my chance, and a lot of happy times here.
So I think it was three years here, wasn't it? And then you went to Dundee United afterwards. Obviously got that goal in the cup final, and I think Callum was talking to me earlier about how you get some sort of record assists for Dundee United in a season. What was your time there like, and how good was that Dundee United team?
Yeah, I think we had a really good side. When I left here, obviously going to the Premier League or the SPL at the time it was, it's a big step up. But I felt as if a couple of years I found my own, broke into the team, and yeah, as you said, we had a top team there, especially the season. We won the cup, amazing team we had, and a lot of lads moved on from there. And that day was incredible to score 2 in the Scottish Cup final from coming from here, playing here. I never thought that would have happened, so it was amazing day.
And was it during that time at Dundee United you got your first Scotland call up?
Yeah, against Japan, 2000. God, I don't even know. Test my knowledge here, but yeah, I got my first cap under George Burley. So yeah, again, things like that you never think of. It seems so far away, and then when you get the call, it's an amazing feeling, and every lad wants to play football, never mind you get the chance to represent your country. So it was another amazing time for me.
And after Dundee United, I think it was a move to Cardiff City. What was that like, moving down, obviously away from home, down to Wales, and a very big club like Cardiff?
Yeah, I think that's, even going from here up to Dundee was a big thing for me. I was only 19 at the time, or 20, and then moving down to Cardiff again was a massive step for me. I always felt I'd played in Scotland then for 6-7 years, and I always wanted to go and test myself down south. So yeah, to get the chance to go down to Cardiff was amazing, and it was a big step up. And as you say, moving away from family, friends, and that. But again, we had success there. We managed to get promotion at the Premier League, so I loved it down there again. And then I obviously managed to stay down south for quite a bit of time.
You mentioned promotion there to the Premier League. Just how good of a level is that? Obviously, you hear people talking about it all the time, just through watching it on the telly. But how good, you've actually played in that league, how good is the level?
Well, I actually never made an appearance in the Premier League, but I mean I know it well. Even the Championship is it's a top level. I think now that the Premier League, the money's just filtering in. It's kind of filtering down into the Championship and League One, League Two. So yeah, it's class level, and I mean the Premier League is just like mad. Not just the quality, the money, everything. I mean, it's probably the most watched league in the world. And the players now that it's attracting, obviously you've got your Haaland and players like that. It's just nuts. Like, I mean, but that level, that's where every young player that's playing either up here or anywhere aspires to try and get to that level, which is the kind of pinnacle of the game.
And then after a brief loan spell with Brighton, it was off to Blackburn Rovers, Ewood Park. 6 seasons there, roughly. How was that for you? And take it they must hold a special place in your heart.
Yeah, definitely. I had a long time there. It's where I'm still based, down in that area. Moved down there. So yeah, I did 6.5 seasons, something like that there. And yeah, loved every minute of it. Great club, massive club. Obviously won the Premiership as well. So yeah, it hold a special place in my heart. I was lucky enough at a few teams to spend quite a bit of time there, so yeah, I always look out for the results. I've got 5 or 6 teams that I always check the results on a Saturday, so they're definitely one of them.
And then following Blackburn, it was off to Salford for a season. Obviously Salford, a couple of years ago, no one really heard of them until the class of '92 kind of bought over them. What was it like kind of being around them on a consistent basis, and what's the setup there like?
I mean, they're really ambitious. It was quite unfortunate. I went there, was only there about 2-3 months, and then COVID came, so I didn't really get to spend a lot of time there. And the season was obviously cut short, but yeah, you can see, I mean, the ambition coming through the full club, the people that are obviously backing it. It's well documented who's behind it, and I think they'll probably get to where they want to get, because they're really doing it in the right way now. They're trying to put things in place. Like the only thing they were really missing when I was there was a training ground, and I think they've got plans to get that sorted. So it's a proper club, and it's well run. So I think in the coming seasons you'll probably see them creep up the leagues and eventually probably get to the League One Championship. You never know.
You mentioned the kind of COVID season there. Was that a big factor in you moving back up to Scotland to sign for St Johnstone?
I think so. I wanted to just play as long as I could. I felt I could still offer something, and then the chance to go there. I spoke to Callum Davidson, the manager, and he had really good things to say, and I wanted to be part of it. And obviously turned out a great season. Loved it. Strange. It was unfortunate there was no fans there, because obviously winning 2 cups is nuts, like for a team like St Johnstone, and it's hard when there's not any fans there that you can celebrate it with. But again, an amazing season, and a perfect way to cap off my career. My last game was a Scottish Cup final, which we won, so amazing way to cap it off.
Yeah, you mentioned the 2 cup finals there. I mean, that just speaks volumes of how good that St Johnstone side were. I mean, quite underappreciated, in fact, probably.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, at any club, never mind a team like St Johnstone, winning 2 cups in a season is almost unheard of if you're not Celtic or Rangers. So yeah, we had a really good side. Again, a lot of top players, a lot of lads that have got the move that I kind of got back in my career, way down to the Championship, stuff like that, and they've got lads that can really go and kick on and maybe get in the Premier League one day. So I enjoyed every minute of it, and it was good to see.
You mentioned your retirement there. What was the main factor in making that decision, and how difficult a decision was it for you and your family?
I don't think it was a real difficult decision, to be honest, because I think when you get older as a player, I'm 37 now, so I had a good go at it, and I knew I was coming towards the end, just through injuries really. I felt fit. I didn't feel as if I lost my legs, is what a lot of people do say. But I just had a couple of injuries that had kind of long standing for about 18 months in my groin, and especially that season at St Johnstone, and just before I left Salford, I knew it was getting close, because I couldn't train every day. I was feeling sore, and more than normal soreness. So yeah, I just knew it was going to come, and it wasn't such a hard decision. I had a good go at it. As I said, I'm 37 now, so I knew it was going to end someday. And then just when we got to the Scottish Cup final, we won it. I thought probably the best time to just hang up the boots rather than try and hang on. I didn't want to really hang on until the bitter end, until you physically can't run. So no, as I say, I had an amazing time, lived out my dream, as they say. So I can't complain too much.
And what keeps you going now after football? Is it coaching, or what do you do?
So I always knew I wanted to stay within the game. So I didn't really fancy. I'd done my coaching badges, but I didn't really fancy that side of it. So what I always wanted to do is try and help other younger players develop and get to where they want to go and fulfil their ambition. So I went into football agency, so I'm doing that now. So, and I'm enjoying it, getting to plenty of games, watching younger lads, trying to help them and develop them. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm still massively. Football's a massive part of my life. It probably always will be.
Right. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks very much.